Astute viewers of this space will recall how last week we attempted to cover a town hall meeting by Liberal MP and ex-Human Rights Commission bureaucrat Arif Virani. We didn't learn anything, even though the town hall was in a public building and was attended by members of the public. The rebel was once again deemed to be media non grata, and we were politely told to beat it. But if Mr. Virani was serving as the ringmaster under the big tent, there was a curious little circus sideshow going on as well that night. Namely, also at Toronto's Swansea Town Hall was Michael Rosenberg, who heads up something called, get this, the Coalition Against Technological Development. Now, as you might imagine, the Coalition Against Technological Development is indeed a collective that thinks technology is bad. That was a very tough sell on a night when the wind chill factor was about -20. In any event, Rosenberg was handing out pamphlets entitled "Advancing Technology Causes Scarcity, Poverty, and Environmental Damage." Really? How so? Because I thought post-industrial revolution, the quality of life by way of just about any measurement is better. Hunger is a thing of the past in the developed world. Diseases that used to be guaranteed death sentences are now eradicated with a single shot. Technology has allowed us to live better, i.e. air conditioning in the summer, central heating in the wintertime. And we tend to be healthier now, unless we choose to eat ourselves into an early grave. Put another way, here's a trivia question for you. Who won the Stanley Cup a century ago? Well, it's a trick question, folks. The 1919 Stanley Cup Championship was canceled. Why? Well, the flu epidemic was so severe that the Cup final had to be scrubbed. Can you imagine the flu bug today having that sort of power? Nevertheless, Rosenberg's manifesto makes for a junk science diatribe, cherry-picking dubious stats in an attempt to prove his ludicrous thesis, such as, quote, productivity stopped increasing in 1976 and has now started to decline, end quote. Really? By the way, none of his factoids are attributed to any source. What a shocker. He also goes off on a Terminator-esque tangent warning about the inherent danger of increased computerization. Yeah, we had best ditch our smartphones before they give birth to Skynet. As for his solution, well, it involves everyone embracing low tech. You know, he wants us to party like it's 1799. You know, back when life expectancy was about 35 years and about 40% of children died before reaching adulthood. The good old days. The thing is, I have no idea if Rosenberg was there to support Liberal MP Arif Virani or to criticize him. We tried to get him to do an on-camera interview, but apparently the mere sight of our Canon 80D was just way too much tech for Mr. Rosenberg to contend with. But even though Mr. Rosenberg would presumably like society to embrace the sort of low-tech that's de rigueur in a Flintstones cartoon, I highly doubt Mr. Rosenberg is walking the walk. I mean, after all, look at his very leaflets. They're photocopies, not handwritten. Yep, a Xerox machine sure comes in handy when a Luddite has to mass-produce his propaganda. Oh, and if one needs further information from the stink tank that is the Coalition Against Technological Development, there is, of course, a phone number and a fax number. Thank God Rosenberg draws the line at an email address and a website. I mean, that would really make him a total hypocrite. In the meantime, if Rosenberg is not already affiliated with the Liberals, he surely should be. After all, those cats are the masters when it comes to living life via the philosophy of do as we say, not as we do. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, you can listen to all our shows as a podcast. Please go to therebel.media/listen.